This is what an In-N-Out and McDonald's breakfast sandwich would look like. While I cut up these pickles, quick reminder to hit share, copy link. It helps the video go viral. You can find diced a pickle like this, or you could just use relish. I'm gonna combine the pickles with mayonnaise, ketchup, and mustard, mix it all together until it looks like this. Then one of my favorite things about In-N-Out is the sauteed onions. So I'm gonna slice the onion lengthwise like this, then slice it in the middle like this, put it in a pan with a little bit of olive oil, and caramelize those onions. Then I'm gonna use a cookie cutter to make the egg patty. Once the egg patty's done, I'm gonna use the same cookie cutter to cook up the sausage patties. Now, In-N-Out uses mustard on their burger patties, so I'm going to do the same thing on the sausage patties. American cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, eggs, sausage, English muffin. Then I'm going to add some animal sauce to the base. Put the tomato on, followed by the piece of lettuce. I didn't show this part, but I added the American cheese to the top of the sausage patty and it melted. Put a little bit of the caramelized onions on top of that, followed by the egg, and then some more caramelized onions. Add some animal sauce to the other piece of English muffin, and this is what you got. In-N-Out animal-style sausage egg McMuffin. Fried pickles made in the air fryer. Cut a dill pickle into quarters. Fill a bowl with flour, garlic salt, and garlic powder. Fill another bowl with buttermilk and hot sauce. Fill a third bowl with Italian seasoned panko breadcrumbs. Add the sliced pickles to the flour mixture, then add it to the buttermilk mixture, then coat it in the panko breadcrumbs. Put them in an air fryer and cook at 390 degrees for 8 minutes. Make a sauce with horseradish, ketchup, mayonnaise, and sour cream. Eat the fried pickles plain or dip it in the sauce. Either way, it's gonna be delicious. Wow, that's crunchy. Try putting cheese in your eggs instead of on your eggs. Here's how you do it. Crack an egg on a flat surface to make sure no shells go in the bowl. Then add some cheese to the eggs and mix it up really well. Put your pan on medium-high heat, add some butter until it starts foaming. Add your cheesy egg mixture. Using a spatula, pull the sides of the egg to the center. This is going to distribute the heat and melt the cheese. Then push the egg to the side and flip it over. Consider cutting up some chives to use as a garnish. Put the egg in the center of a plate, garnish with the chives. Then look at the egg, grab your fork, crack into the egg, and never skip egg day. Why eat regular mozzarella sticks when you can eat pepperoni pizza ones? Wrap a cheese stick in some pepperoni, coat it in some flour, then coat it in some egg wash, then coat it in some breadcrumbs, then back in the egg wash and back in the breadcrumbs for a double dredge. Look at the cheese pull on this mozzarella stick. Oh my goodness. Bet you guys had no idea how easy it was to make s'more pasta. Yeah, chocolate noodles. First I'm going to combine some flour and some cocoa powder with a little bit of salt in this bowl. Then I'm going to add some olive oil and some scrambled eggs. Mix it all up together until I get a dough. Once I got that dough, I'm gonna separate it into 4 equal balls, let it sit in the fridge, then run it through this pasta press. Once I got it on like a number 5 on the dial, I'm gonna run it through the thick cut noodles and toss it with a little bit of cornstarch. That's gonna prevent it from sticking. Boil some water, cook the noodles for like 7 minutes, set them aside, and then instead of making a marshmallow sauce, I'm gonna make a chocolate ganache. What's that? It's a little bit of coffee, bring down the sweetness. Double boil this cream with the chocolate and the coffee until I get a sauce. Look at that, looks delicious. I'm gonna mix it in a frying pan with the noodles, extra chocolatey. Honestly, that's pretty much it. Just gonna toss it with a little bit of marshmallows, top it with some crushed graham cracker, and that's dessert pasta, aka s'mores. Gluten-free, keto-friendly mozzarella sticks. Add some shredded mozzarella to a medium pan. Wait till it gets bubbly in the center and crispy around the edges. Carefully take it off the pan and use a pizza cutter to cut it up like this. Roll it up and enjoy these keto-friendly, gluten-free mozzarella sticks. Cue mandatory cheese pull. Air fryer tater tots in just 15 minutes. Start with peeled potatoes and boil them for 10 minutes. Cut the potatoes into 3, then use the large side of a box grater. Once the potatoes are grated, add them to a bowl with a little bit of cornstarch, salt, and pepper. Mix it really well, then use your fingers and your hand to form the tater tots just like this. Spray the air frying basket with cooking spray so the tater tots don't stick. Air fry them at 400 degrees for 10 minutes, take them out, put them back in for another 5 minutes for golden brown, crispy, delicious tater tots. Yup. This is how you make a keto-friendly steak and cheese burrito. First, you start off with a frozen steak. If you're not a professional chef and you don't have a professionally sharpened knife, it's the easiest way to cut it super ultra thin. Now you gotta season the steak. Put it in a Ziploc bag and add some soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, thyme, paprika, and garlic. Let the meat chill in the seasoning, then fry it on a frying pan in its own juices. Next up, cut the vegetables. I used green peppers and red peppers. The key to this burrito is slicing the onions and the mushrooms ultra super thin, but if you hate mushrooms or if you hate any of these vegetables, you can easily leave them out. Saute all the vegetables on a medium frying pan and then set all the ingredients aside. Put some mozzarella cheese on a medium frying pan, and when it's golden brown around the edges, take it off and place it on a cutting board. On top of the steak, add some slices of provolone cheese, and on top of that provolone cheese, proceed to add the vegetables. Then tuck the sides in, roll it up, and this is a keto-friendly steak and cheese burrito in all its glory. Look at how awesome this thing looks. This is how you make cheesy taco fries. First, start with dicing an onion. If you don't know how to dice an onion, you should Google it. Next up, dice a pepper. I'm using a poblano pepper because I suck at spice, and this is not that spicy, but you could use any pepper you want. Then fry some ground beef in a frying pan until it looks like this. Add the peppers and onions and combine it with some taco seasoning and water until it looks like this. Then cut up some potatoes into French fry shapes. I'm using Yukon Gold, but you could use any type of potato you want. Bake the potatoes at 425 degrees for 25 minutes. Then put them in a bowl. Add a piece of cheese on top, and then on top of that cheese, add that hot, steamy beef. This is going to guarantee a cheese pull. On top of that hot, steamy beef, add some Tex-Mex shredded cheese. Cover the bowl so that the residual steam will melt all that cheese, and that's how you make cheesy taco fries. This is how you make beef and broccoli chow mein tacos. First, start off with the egg roll shell. Add some eggs with some flour and some salt. Mix it with some ice cold water. Mix it together until it forms a dough. Knead that dough on a floured surface. Let it rest for about 30 minutes. Roll it out into a thin disc. Heat some oil to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Fry it for about 3 minutes or until it's golden brown and bubbly like an egg roll. Then thinly slice some onions and thinly slice some carrots. Alternatively, you can use a box grater to grate the carrots. Heat a frying pan to medium and add the broccoli. Add the onions and the carrots and cook until softened. Take them out of the pan and set them aside. Next, combine the soy sauce with rice vinegar, hoisin, brown sugar, and water. Mix in some cornstarch. Combine that with some sliced thin top round steak. Cook the steak for a few minutes and set it aside. Add boiled noodles to a pan and fry until they become crispy. Combine the noodles with the steak and the vegetables. Cook for a few minutes. Put the noodles into the taco shell. That's how you make chow mein tacos. This is how you make a turkey BLT sandwich. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Put your bacon on a baking sheet with aluminum foil and bake it for 10 minutes. Take it out, extract the grease, flip the strips, put it back in for another 5 minutes, and that's how you make the best bacon ever. Using your knife, carefully cut out the core of the tomato. Then cut the tomato into thin slices. Add mayo to your bread and pan fry it on medium heat. You'll get a golden brown and crispy bread, but the inside will stay soft. All right, so we got lettuce, turkey, tomato, cheese, and this golden brown bread. But you can't have a BLT without mayonnaise, am I right? Add your mayonnaise, and then if you're doing it right, the piece of cheese is gonna fit exactly on the bread. On top of the bread, layer your turkey like this. Layering your turkey makes the sandwich even, which makes the lettuce and the tomato secure so that it doesn't fall off when you're trying to eat it. On top of the tomatoes, add your bacon strips. If your bacon strips are too long, cut them in half. Make sure that the sandwich is even. Add some mayonnaise to the other slice of bread, then close the entire thing and cut it in the opposite direction that the bacon is going so that you get an awesome cross section like this. Alright guys, I made some tomato jam and you can make it too. All you gotta do is start off with some cherry tomatoes in a pot. Add a little bit of minced ginger and some minced garlic. You can use a microplane or a box grater. Then to the pot, add some brown sugar, some paprika, a little bit of cumin, some apple cider vinegar. Now that's gonna make some punch. Add a little bit of red pepper, gonna add some heat. Add a little bit of lemon juice, gonna add some sour. Season it with some salt and pepper, mix it all up, and bring that to a boil. Now once it starts to boil, bring it down to a slow simmer. You get that simmering, continue mixing it. You're gonna start getting a jam-like consistency, kind of like this. Then take it off the heat, let it cool. Add it to a piece of toast. Then on top of the toast, maybe you wanna add some basil. So I chiffonaded it, chiffonade, real fancy. Then take that, garnish it on top, add a little bit of Parmesan if you want, add some nuttiness, or you could just eat it straight up. Either way, that's how you make tomato jam. This is how you make a soft-boiled egg in 5 minutes. Add vinegar to a pot of water. Bring it to a boil. Boil the egg for exactly 5 minutes. Once it's done boiling, take it out and put it in a cold water bath. Leave it in the cold water bath for a few seconds, like 15. Then take it out, crack the top, and crack the bottom. Using a teaspoon, fit the spoon in between the eggshell and the cooked egg. Proceed to turn the egg while keeping the spoon still. This will release the shell from the egg. Rinse off the egg, making sure there are no bits of shell left over, and place a soft-boiled egg on top of your favorite piece of toast and marvel in how easy that was. Breakfast hot dogs with French toast hot dog buns. Lay down a bacon strip and wrap it around a sausage link. Bake it at 385 for 20 minutes. Combine 3 eggs with a quarter cup of milk and a tablespoon of smoked paprika. Submerge a hot dog bun in the egg mixture and then cook it on a pan for roughly 1 minute each side. For the sauce, combine a quarter cup of maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of hot sauce, and a teaspoon of onion powder. Whisk up some eggs and some shredded cheddar cheese. Heat a frying pan on medium with some butter and cook the eggs to your liking. Add the cheesy eggs to the hot dog bun and sprinkle with some chopped chives. Add the bacon wrapped sausage on top and then cover with the spicy maple syrup. This is how you make the perfect breakfast potatoes. Cut the ends off a Yukon Gold potato, then small dice it and add it to a pot of salted water and boil them for roughly 10 minutes. Drain the potatoes and then add some olive oil and butter to a medium-high frying pan. Add the potatoes, then toss them in the olive oil and butter. Cook them without stirring for roughly 3 minutes. Give them a toss, then add some onion powder, a little bit of smoked paprika, some garlic powder, and some salt. Cook them for 3 more minutes and then mix in some chopped parsley. Eat them on their own or with some bacon and eggs. Never skip egg day. Diced avocado toast with creme fraiche. Cut the avocado in half. Release the pit, then use a spoon to release the flesh from the skin. Horizontally slice the avocado. Slice it vertically, turn it, then slice it vertically again. In a bowl, combine creme fraiche with a little bit of garlic powder, some pepper, a little bit of salt, and some olive oil. Mix it well until it's creamy and then apply it to some toasted bread. Place the cut avocado on top of the toast and then spread it out using a spoon. Season it with a little bit of smoked paprika, and that's how you make diced avocado toast. Accordion potato chili cheese fry hot dogs. Cut off the ends of a large russet potato, then lay down 2 skewers on a flat surface. Thinly slice the potato vertically using the skewer to prevent it from cutting all the way through. Then flip the potato and cut it diagonally. Fit a skewer on top of the potato, then into the opposite end to create a hot dog bun or boat shape. Add the potato to a deep fryer and cook for roughly 5 minutes, then season the potato with some salt. To the potato, add your favorite hot dog, then smother it in some hot chili. Add a bit of chopped white onions, then some shredded cheese. Air fryer coconut shrimp in just 7 minutes. In a bowl, combine 2 eggs with 2 tablespoons of sweet chili sauce. In another bowl, combine 1 cup of shredded coconut, half a cup of panko breadcrumbs, and 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. Coat each shrimp in some all-purpose flour. Then submerge it in the egg mixture. Add it to the coconut and panko breadcrumbs and make sure that it's fully coated. Spray the inside of an air frying basket so that the coconut shrimp doesn't stick. Add the shrimp to the air fryer and cook at 400 degrees for 4 minutes. Take it out, flip it, and cook for an additional 3 minutes. Here's a really simple corn dog recipe with a twist. Combine a few eggs in a bowl and whisk it thoroughly. Then add a little bit of milk and combine the two. In another bowl, combine the dry ingredients. A little bit of all-purpose flour, some cornmeal, some sugar, a little bit of baking powder, and some salt. Mix in the wet ingredients until you get an even consistency, then transfer it to a tall container. Add a skewer to the center of a hot dog. Using a knife, cut the hot dog moving in a diagonal direction all the way up to the top. Don't worry, the skewer will prevent it from cutting through. Dip the hot dog in the batter and coat it thoroughly. Fry the hot dog in 375-degree oil for roughly 4 minutes. Barbecue chicken mozzarella sticks. Combine some cream cheese with mozzarella cheese, shredded chicken, barbecue sauce, and dry onion soup mix. Line a square pan with parchment paper, then evenly spread out the mixture and use some string mozzarella cheese to press inside the mixture. Then freeze it for 1 hour. Take it out of the freezer and release it from the baking dish. Then cut it into rectangles. Fill a bowl with some flour, egg, and breadcrumbs. Coat it in the flour thoroughly, then add it to the egg wash. After the egg wash, coat it in the breadcrumbs, then back in the egg wash and back in the breadcrumbs for a double dredge. Deep fry for roughly 4 minutes. Pepperoni pizza, but make them roses for Valentine's Day. Start off with a sheet of pre-made pizza dough. Cut it into strips just like this. Lay down some sliced mozzarella cheese along the entire strip of pizza dough. Add a line of your favorite pizza sauce. Place some half-cut slices of large pepperoni down the strip of pizza dough. Starting at one end, roll the entire thing up like this. Fit each one inside of a muffin tray. Then add a little bit of oregano on top of each. Bake it in a 425-degree oven for roughly 15 minutes. Happy pepperoni pizza Valentine's Day. Bacon, egg, and cheese Japanese-style multi-layered omelet. In a bowl, combine a few eggs with soy sauce, mirin, onion powder, salt, and pepper. Place a tomogoyaki pan on medium heat. Spray the pan with olive oil, then add the egg mixture and wait until it cooks a bit. Add a string cheese stick to the top of it, then fold the egg over and place it back at the top. Add some more egg and wait till it cooks a bit, then place down a piece of bacon. Repeat this process a few more times. The size of the pan will determine how many layers you're going to get. Cook the egg for an additional 30 seconds to a minute to seal the egg and then slice it into 4 pieces. Never skip egg day. Here's my take on a sweet potato pie. Cut the ends off a sweet potato, then slice it up in the middle so you get a couple pieces like this. Lay down a few skewers. Cut the sweet potato vertically using the skewers to prevent it from cutting all the way through. Flip it over and cut it diagonally. Carefully fit another wooden skewer up the center. Fan out the potato. Then combine brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, and a little bit of maple syrup. Coat both sides of the potato using this mixture. Make sure to get it inside the grooves. Bake the potato at 425 degrees for 25 minutes. Then top it with some marshmallow fluff. Use a blowtorch to toast a marshmallow. You can also put your oven on broil and put it in there for a few minutes. Saw this awesome egg hack on TikTok, so I turned it into a breakfast sandwich. Spray a slotted spoon and a frying pan with some cooking spray. With the pan on medium heat, add a couple eggs into the spoon. The slots of the spoon will separate the whites from the yolks. Then add the yolks to the center. Add a little bit of shredded cheddar cheese, then some bacon bits, and season with some black pepper. When the edges of the egg start to brown, fold each side to create a pocket. Then flip the egg and cook for a few seconds. Remove the egg from the frying pan and add it to a few slices of toast. Never skip egg day. Here's a fun little cupcake hack using spaghetti. Bring a pot of salted water to a boil and cook some noodles al dente. That's roughly 8 minutes. Combine the noodles with your sauce of choice. I'm using bolognese. Using a pasta fork, roll up some noodles and place it in each spot of a cupcake tray. Spray the cupcake tray with olive oil and add Parmesan cheese so that when the noodles bake, they hold together. Add a mini ball of mozzarella to the center of each one. Then sprinkle on some Parmesan and bake it in a 400-degree oven for roughly 25 minutes. Add some more sauce on top and sprinkle on some Parmesan cheese.